This week, we are speaking about overflowing with thanks as we reflect back on the year. Psalm 100 verse 4 says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name." Today, I want to focus on one powerful way that we can give thanks, and that is through song. When we sing praises to God, we are thanking him for everything that he has done in our lives. Now, you might be looking back on this year, and perhaps you don't have that much gratitude in your heart. Maybe it's actually been a year full of disappointment and sadness, and it might be difficult to find that gratitude. If that's you, I really want to encourage you to thank God for what you do have. Thank him for the body parts that are working, for the money that is in your bank account, and for the relationships that you do have. Sometimes it is a sacrifice of praise that we bring to God in these kinds of instances. Hebrews 13 verse 15 says, "Through him let us continually offer a sacrifice of praise to God. That is the fruit of lips that acknowledge his name." This sacrifice is also seen, or the Greek word is athousia. So remember, it's not about our performance. It's about simply bringing to God what we do have. When Jesus had to feed the 5,000 people that came to listen to him, he only had 2 fish and 5 loaves that he got from that boy. But the first thing that he did was he lifted it up to God and he thanked God for what he had, even though he probably knew that in that moment it wasn't going to be nearly enough. But once he thanked God, we know that the Bible says that's when it started to multiply. If we think of Paul and Silas in prison, they didn't wait for freedom before they started thanking and praising God. They praised him while they were in prison. And we know that that's when the prison doors flew open and they were set free. So their praise actually changed things spiritually. The interesting thing about engaging in music and song is that studies have shown that we actually release positive or feel-good hormones in our brains when we sing or when we even listen to music. And these are hormones like serotonin and dopamine. So even on a chemical level, things shift when you engage in song. So today, as you look back at this year, whether you are feeling full of gratitude or maybe you are feeling low or disappointed, I want to encourage you to bring your praise to God, even if it does feel like a sacrifice. Let it be your declaration that God is still good and I am still here. And always remember that you are highly favored and deeply loved.